November 2015. I am live streaming this because I am out of time. It has to go up by 9 o'clock to meet my deadline. It's 8:45 in the morning. I forgot to do it last night. And so I am live streaming it. If you're in the chat, starting now, I'm not going to be paying attention to it just because I want to rip through this live stream and maybe we can chat a little bit afterwards. But here's the deal. I've already done 7 minutes of this without the microphone on. So I've turned the microphone on and now we're doing it again. So I know Matt's watching. Hi, Matt. And if anyone stops by to watch the stream, hello, welcome. But I'm just going to try and rip through this update because it's time to do the update, basically. And I love the fact that I can use YouTube live streaming now, and it's going to create a copy of it instantly. It's awesome. You know, it'll have to process. It takes about 10-15 minutes to process. So it'll be late, but it won't be real late, and I find that to be acceptable. So let's start over. GeoGuessr. GeoGuessr went really well this week, I think. I'm really having a lot of fun with the challenges you guys are sending in. I like the 15-minute breaks in between when I do the world challenges or any specialized challenge with a time limit, just because it keeps me true to time. I don't have a lot of time right now with a holiday season coming up. Work gets a lot busier. I mean, I put in that 15-hour day on Thursday, so it's just it's nice to be able to record some time. So we'll talk about more of what's happening in GeoGuessr for next week. We managed to get all of Binding of Isaac. I've got one more to do because I had to fill it in on Tuesday, right? To fill in that whole noon time slot that I wasn't sure what I was doing with. I now know what we're doing with it. We can talk more about that when it comes. But I did get three episodes of KSP working, and I think it's going to work most of the time. I haven't had a crash problem since, so I'm really excited about that. I'm fingers crossed that this is going to keep going. Obviously, I'm doing the update right now. At noon, I Don't Starve Together with my friend Light, and I think that went well as well. We weren't really intending on recording stuff for the channel. It was just a sort of a test, and we were having so much fun. I said, hey, let's do an episode. He said, okay. So we did an episode, and we haven't had time to record since. Obviously, the holiday season makes it a little bit busier for me, but more importantly, he's in graduate school right now, so and working a full-time job. So he doesn't have a lot of time to do stuff outside of the stuff for his channel. So I understand that takes some time, so we'll work it through. Also, my friend, another one of my friends, she's interested in playing with us as well. I'm not using her name ever because I don't know if she's going to want to come onto the channel with a handle, because she's got an online handle. I mean, we've been online together since, God, the ancient times almost. I mean, we were on AOL together, so that'll tell you something. And it's she's got that handle, and also obviously she has her real name, so I don't know which she's going to want to use for this, so I don't want to use the wrong one before it's time. So we're going to do that, but in the meantime, we're going to fill it in with Factorio Speedrun. So the speedrun, what we're doing for this is essentially trying to get to the game as fast as possible. There is a site, speedrun.com, which looks like this. I am not affiliated with speedrun.com in any way. I am just a normal user. You can find me on there under Purple Frog. I didn't use the plays on it. I don't know why. I mean, if I could get just Purple Frog, I'm going to use Purple Frog. If I have to use Purple Frog plays, so be it. So this is Purple Frog. And you can see this is the sort of the popular category. There's the top 4 here with any percent multiplayer point, not point 12, point X. So it could be a multiplayer. It could also be a one-person multiplayer. That does technically count. So it's right now the record is 3 hours, 2 minutes and 56 seconds. I keep saying that. 3 minutes is not possible. So what are the rules? Well, the speedrun in Factorio, and this is true of all speedruns in Factorio, is over when you launch a rocket with the satellite. The only thing that's getting cut off, because I know this is a smaller view and you can see obviously I'm moving something, is the date it was submitted. So you're not really missing anything here. And then on the top there's a login screen and your options. So don't worry, I'm not cutting off anything that you really need to see. So what it's done here is you can have up to 8 players, which is the realistic max to multiplayer right now. If you go more than that, the lag will probably kill you. The free choice of map generator, so you can use peaceful mode, you can use a map seed. You have to use an external timer, just, I guess, to make it fair, so we will do that eventually. Not for this speed run, because this is a test that I'm doing, but for the one that I do for real that I submit, we'll get an external timer. I'll put it up in the corner or something, or maybe up in the top middle. I don't know. We'll find a spot for it, and we'll put it in there. And then you can use debug. You can only use debug mode in this to show FPS, show the grid, and show the enemy expansion. And the game has to be 0.12. And that's the same rules for any percent 0.12.x, except it can't be multiplayer. So obviously, anti-elite qualifies for both categories. And actually, the run that we're going to do will qualify for both categories as well, technically, because I run it in multiplayer mode because it's better for timing, because it does not stop research the timer during research. Now, I don't understand why that's as important, because you're not using the internal timer anyway. You have to use the external timer. I don't know. But we're going to do this one. One, because nobody's done it on speedrun yet. Just give it time. They will. But also because I think it's more interesting. It's a single-player game, of course, and you win the same. Launch a rocket with a satellite, and the default value for the map generator must be used. So you cannot have peaceful mode, and you cannot use a map seed, which I think is more interesting than another version, because you can't ignore the military tech. Basically, you can ignore the military tech until you're super powerful and can just then research military real quick, go in, kill the biters you need for the necessary purple science, which I have a number for that. You need 2,600 purple science pack, which means you need 260 alien artifacts. So once you have your 260 alien artifact, you're done. And if you don't attack anybody else, they're not attacking you. So it's not like peaceful mode, you attack someone and all the biters are aggro. No, it's just the ones from that colony. So it's very easy to just mow down what you need. So we're going to play without that. We're playing in not peaceful mode because it's more interesting. You have to use the external timer, of course. Multiplayer recommended, sure. And the only debug we can use is show FPS and show grid. So we can't even show the enemy expansion. All I really care about is show FPS to make sure that I'm not lagging 100%. And then the show grid is you could show grid. I've never actually used it. I probably should. I usually just pause the game if I need to and check out the grid. And obviously, if we pause the game, the timer will continue. That's the external timer part. So again, I don't know why you need accurate timing for the multiplayer thing, but we'll do it anyway because it qualifies us for this. So if by some chance we go with the default options and we get faster than 5 hours, we're going to be on this board too. We're going to be on all three. The other two options that you can kind of see is any mega base, any percent mega base, 0.12. So that one you win when you can create a base that makes 1 rocket per minute. That's the rocket silo, I think. I don't know. It might be the rocket. I'm not sure. And it says you can't build up resources to do this, which means you can't just stockpile a whole bunch of resources and then say, oh, look, I can make it in a minute. No, you actually have to produce the stuff as it goes. And then everything else on here is the same. So I know why nobody's done this, because 1, that's hard to do, period. And then 2, you can't do peaceful mode, and that's seems to be antithesis. And then that's the multiplayer version of it. So that's what we're going to do. I'm excited about that. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't know, but we're certainly going to give it a try. Okay. Factorio RSL is going really well. I'm having a lot of fun with that one. I can't wait. I can already see how the trains are going to be important. Starting to try and plan out where the train yard is going to be in our current rendition. We definitely know where I'm going to throw all the steam engines and where all the power is going to be. I don't know if I'm going to go solar. I probably will at some point, but I don't know where it's going to be. That'll probably be an outpost. We'll build a train town that's just solar panels and guns to protect them. Although they're probably not going to be attacked if they're just solar panels, but just in case. And it'll be, because I'll probably have to put a radar in there, right? And the radar will draw them. So we're going to play that for sure. I've got these 4 to record. I'll do that this afternoon. I don't know if I've talked about that. It's blurring together, but I'll just touch on it real quick. I am working today. I'm going to go into work actually as soon as this is over. I'm going to take a shower, get into work, and then I have 3 things that I want to accomplish today, and then when that's done, I'm coming home. Because it is the holidays and I did work 15 hours last Thursday, so I can afford to do that. I'm not hourly anyway, so as long as my boss doesn't care, and he doesn't, then we're fine. So we're going to do that, work what I can, and then I'm going to record this afternoon, and then there's a big Columbus Area Board Gaming Society event today and tomorrow. It's basically 48 hours of continuous gaming, and I'm the bridge between that night, so I might even take a nap and then get up and then be there. I'll be there till 7 or 8 a.m. when the next people come in on Saturday. So it's going to be that, and I want to have all of this done so that way I can go home, take a nap on Saturday, and record a bunch, and then come in and play, and then Sunday I'll do my normal recording. I may or may not do a super secret stream on Sunday. I'm still thinking about that, so keep an eye out on all of your various social media things. If I do one, it'll probably be 10 or 11 o'clock is my guess, but I'm not sure, because I'll bridge the gap. I'll be the closer this night, overnight, so we'll see how that works. The Paradox Hour is going strong. Really having a lot of fun playing both of those games, so that is good. You're gonna love to see the Poland and CK2. I think for Saturday and Sunday they're gonna be quite good. And then we streamed it on Tuesday, of course, and that went very well. So let's talk about next week. Next week, this is what it looks like right now. Obviously, we'll keep playing GeoGuessr. I have a bunch stored up So all of these are challenges that have been sent in and they're ready to go. I don't want to do challenges back to back only because of time concerns. I like the World 3-Minute Challenge. If I have more time to record in a week, and I'm starting to do GeoGuessr last, so if I have time to record in a week, then maybe I'll do a couple in a row, but I'm just kind of hesitant about that because I just have limited time to record, right? I'm trying to do 5 episodes a day while still holding down a full-time job that's not this, so I just have limited time. But please keep sending them in. I'm starting to prioritize lists. I'm looking at, okay, so how long's it been since Nighty's had one? All right, so we'll throw Nighty in there. How long's it been since someone from Geelong's had one? Okay, we'll throw that one in. How long since Lance and Derek? And I'm kind of rewriting them based on theme too, because I was a music programmer, right? So I know how to program a good concert, and I like to see themes that are going around. So thank you if you have a theme for throwing it in there. So we're gonna throw some of that stuff in. So like this Lance and Derek is a world challenge, but it's a Spanish Empire world challenge. So I'm very excited to start playing that. And this is a Top Gear challenge. I can't wait to see this one. I love me some Top Gear. So all these things are gonna be on there. I'm calling this one Ayutthaya. Nighty might be surprised about that, but that's basically Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia, which essentially was Ayutthaya. So that's kind of cool. We've got all those built up. What I may do is right now it's alternating all the way, but I think 3 world challenges a week is probably fine. So I might move all of this up and do a back-to-back like Sunday, Saturday, or Sunday, Monday? Is that what I'm doing? The 29th is a Sunday, yeah. So do a back-to-back Sunday, Monday type of thing, and do it that way. So I think I could do that. I should have time to do that. 9 o'clock hour is going to be the same. We'll play 3 Kerbal Space Programs, so the 3 Binding of Isaac, and of course the update. Noon, I'm leaving blank because I don't know when we're going to be able to record. I'm hoping we'll be able to over the weekend at some point, although I'm going to be at Cabs a lot. But I think on Sunday I'm going to try and institute maybe like a Sunday night thing, or maybe a Saturday morning thing, or Sunday morning thing, and then stream a little bit after that. I don't know, but I'm just trying to get that built in so that way we can do what we need to do. The music, by the way, I forgot to talk about this on this recording version of it. This is Crusader Kings 2 music. Thanks to Paradox Interactive for providing this for uses like this, because it's really cool, and go buy their games because they're awesome. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the Noon. It's going to be multiplayer when we've got it, and it's going to be Speed Factorial when we don't. So until that point, I'm not sure which one it'll be. You'll just have to come to the channel and find out. So I apologize for that, but that's what the 2 things are going to be. It's going to be one of those 2 things. 3 o'clock will continue to be Factorial RSO, which will be our Rail World episode. And then 6 o'clock is going to be the same Paradox Hour. We're going to do a live stream on Tuesday, of course, 8 o'clock on YouTube Gaming. Right now it's live stream 19. It might end up being live stream 20 if we live stream on Sunday. I think that's everything I've got. I really don't have anything else to update. We're getting to 9 o'clock anyway, which is kind of time for me to go because I like to be into work by 10, and I've got a half-hour commute, so just in order to get ready and then get going, it's kind of what it is. So I don't know how long it's going to take to process. If you watched it live, then you're set. You've watched it, and if you are watching it later, then hopefully it didn't go up too much past 9 o'clock. All right, so that's everything I've got today. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, go ahead and click that like button if you want. Definitely consider subscribing to the channel to stay updated to everything as it happens. And until next time, cheers.